Hey girl, hey.
What's up, man?
What it do, y'all?
We are the Fab Five, and this is the Pretty Vocal Podcast.
The Pretty Vocal Podcast is a safe space created for us as Black women to voice our innermost thoughts and feelings about topics most people discuss in private because they are afraid to discuss it in public.
In this space, we dig deep, we keep it cute, but we never put it on mute.
Let's get pretty vocal. Hello. Welcome back.
Hey,
So let's go ahead and jump right in with a little loose lip. See what we talking about today. I hope no foolishness.
We are foolishness.
That was unrealistic.
Right. Right.
Unrealistic, we are foolish.
Gotta run that last episode back.
Right. Okay. It says, have you ever stolen anything before, including a man?
Oh wow.
Can you actually steal a man though if he came willingly?
A little bit.
Tamar said you could.
Tamar said
And her
so.
song, my man, and she was hurt.
Cause
Okay.
Well,
Because how you steal my man?
I ain't never stole nobody man.
Nah, I ain't stolen
But I
my man.
have walked out of Target with a purse. You know how you had a purse? It's like, I had a lot of stuff in my hand, so the purse was like strapped across me. And when I got out to the parking lot, I had went to the register to pay for everything. I got out to the parking lot, and I looked at Daryl. He looked at me, and I'm like, I hope you don't expect me to go back in.
Oh my God.
'Cause I'm not.
Oh my god.
So that's when I became a thief. I'm just playing.
And I became a thief. And that's why you went to jail.
Did you say that around Christmas time? Did you say that around Christmas time?
Y'all foolish.
I did that with wine before.
Fuck you, Jessica.
I love you.
I did that with wine
You stole
before.
some wine? What if it was under your arm?
No, it was still in the basket. It was self-checkout, still in the basket, and I was moving. So this when I first moved to Fort Worth, I was moving downtown. Y'all know I like to unpack and do all of my. So I was like
Yeah,
stressed
she
out.
a recent thief. We gotta call the police.
Yeah, watch
on
her.
her.
So-
She be
in my
hanging
house
out with
every
you.
weekend.
Okay.
I started putting all the stuff in the basket, and I get to my car, and the wine is not in the bag. And I
Clip
said, I said, look at God, because he know I'm stressed out, and put it right in my trunk.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
not. That's not what they meant by turn the water into wine.
Thank God
I
for
ain't
you
go back.
being a klepto. Oh my God.
I did not go back. I didn't go back.
I'm not. God would turn water into wine, and that was a blessing to me.
Y'all
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, I'm
so
accidentally
both of
stolen
y'all
too,
are
but yeah.
accidental.
Yeah, mine was accident.
I've done it on purpose.
Yeah.
So
What you
y'all
say?
sitting up here acting like y'all don't do
Look at
wrong.
this
I'm
judge.
tired of them.
Look, she said she's tired of
I'm tired of
judging.
them. I
Yeah, we should be
accidentally took
cellmates because
something
I
out of.
told you. I've
Not the
accidentally
cellmates.
stolen and on
I
purpose.
had a little petty theft. Yeah, both of them. It is petty theft. It ain't less
They
than,
ain't hurt.
less than what? What is it?
It's less
Hell,
than
less than $20.
Actually,
Petty
it's less than
theft.
1,000
Because if you
now,
arrest
so.
me, you petty as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Brittany, what for this little bitty ass, some lip gloss, maybe some lip
Bell.
gloss, some lip gloss, maybe a little
I
roll
thought
on
she said, what did you take? Like, what's in your cup?
earrings.
Not lip
Why
gloss.
y'all trying to be on drugs too?
So you've taken things on multiple occasions.
I would start calling her. I would start calling her little mama. Lip gloss. Was it
No,
pop?
And wood.
Pop the tag right on off and walk the fuck out the
Don't
door.
pop the tag
Sure
right
did.
on off. I'm sick
This
of your
ain't
ass.
recent. I don't steal no more.
I don't steal no more.
But
She
I had-
reformed. She been delivered. She
I
been
sound like I
delivered.
really used to be racking it up. No, I have stolen like lip gloss before,
Little
like
stuff.
as a teenager, little shit like that. Like,
I was always so scary.
but like,
I think that's why I did it when I
Earrings.
was a teenager.
yeah, like, but now I ain't got to do
because-
that.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
didn't have
wasn't
to do it
bad.
then, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't have to
So it
do
was
it, but I
your way.
wasn't bad. I think it was like, you know how kids do stuff for attention,
Mm.
but it was almost like I didn't want to get caught, but it was like the adrenaline of
Have you
it.
ever seen Trinkets? The show called Trinkets. Both of y'all klepto ass should watch it.
No, but
They
I
would
had.
steal little things. Like, it was an adrenaline rush for them. They would
Yeah.
steal little things.
I've seen an episode, I believe it was like SVU or something, where a lady had a problem like that, and she was like, I'm sorry, like I don't do. She was stealing packages
I'd be
off
scared to
people's
steal out of
porches.
self-
Oh,
Check out.
you know how I feel about the
Yeah,
Trinkets
she was
mama.
still. She literally would wait until people got deliveries, and she would go take the stuff. Like, she never used the shit. She would just go take the shit off their
Oh,
porches.
bitch.
Yeah,
Look
she was
at you.
crazy.
Now,
But
No, your porch got hit up.
But I've accidentally done it before as well. Like if I'm grocery shopping, I have a bunch of groceries and I forget the water or the tissue or something that's underneath
I've
the
done that
bottom.
before, too.
And because I do self checkout at Kroger now, and I scan everything because I ain't got to steal shit. But I might forget about the water or something that's under there now. But back to like I said, my teenage days, where I had gum, lip gloss, earrings.
If
Yeah.
y'all want an adrenaline rush, steal a TV. Shoot.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
the
Oh,
second
workout. They
half-
want to work out.
Yeah, because what's the little?
No, I used to work at Target and I
Work at
worked in the
Target.
electronics department. And when I tell you, it was easy back then, but then they beefed up the security on the situation because they was tearing Target ass up. They were coming out
They
there, going
still
out that
turn.
back door with the TVs with the spider wraps on them, and I was pregnant at the time. I wasn't chasing no motherfucking body. Enjoy that
Is it
motherfucker.
Target that just said they were short Walmart. The
It's always
$6 million
Yeah.
for thefts.
Because of y'all.
I don't go to Walmart.
I go to Walmart.
Honey, I do not go
You
to
are
Walmart.
the most recent thief, ma'am.
Man,
It wasn't
last-
at Walmart.
You stole
Actually,
just
it was at Walmart.
Not you stole just yesterday.
You stole that wine from Walmart.
It was
You stole some
Walmart.
cheap
And
ass
I- and
wine.
I
You gotta be
hate-
ashamed of yourself.
Oh, and Walmart get on my nerves. Ooh, y'all, I can't stand my. And I can't.
You
I
like
can't believe
Walmart?
it.
But what she steal
But look-
yesterday?
The wine.
It wasn't yesterday.
But I go early in the morning
It was
when
in
the
Fort
stores
Worth.
first
It was
open.
recent.
Mm-hmm.
So they stocking, doing stuff like that's my thing. Every few Fridays, I
Walmart
go
know
to
when they
see-
stop.
But I want to know why. Didn't nobody answer the second half of the question?
Yeah, that's
What?
Ain't
Everybody-
nobody
Have y'all
stole a
stole some-
man. I ain't stole
ain't
nobody,
never
man.
stole
I
Yeah.
don't think you can steal them. Have I, in my past, when I was younger, talked to people that said they was done with their girlfriend, that really wasn't done with their girlfriend, but I was still
do
talking
them.
to
I don't
them.
play them type of games.
Yeah, when I was, when I was a little bitty tyke.
I'm gonna
Not
tell
gonna
y'all
be
how
the
much
same.
That would be my accidental thievery.
Yeah.
I
Stealing
haven't
a man.
stolen like
Accidental.
stuff. I'm so big on like I'm so afraid of something blocking my blessing, like by something like that or whatever. So it definitely, if something like that happened, it would have had to been accidental, and I really
You would have went back in and
I
gave
would've
it
went
back.
in. I
I didn't give
I'm
them
so
back.
big on that.
I ain't give them back.
I ain't giving no man back.
No.
I- but-
I'm talking
You
about.
talk about an
I
item,
know,
girl.
but
Nah,
mine
for sure
on the
giving that nigga
man
back. I
leave.
found out some shit.
I thought it was on the man.
I'm
My
just
bad,
saying,
friend.
y'all.
Me too. Okay.
Okay, so look, I haven't just per se stole a man, like a relationship type thing, but this is so childish, y'all. You know, like when you used to be in college or in high school when you was at the dance or whatever, and somebody would be getting danced with.
And you would
Me and
go,
my friends would go and take the dude, whoever they were dancing
and
with,
dance on
and
them.
dance with them.
Y'all were
and
mean
stuff
girls.
Like, I don't feel like it was me. I feel like it was multiple people. We both probably talked to him. So you done had your time is up, boo. So I used to go and get the dude.
Hey, that's what it
If my
is.
friend talked to, we used to go and grab. It used to be so
TikTok.
funny and childish to us, but that was our quote unquote
It's the time
stealing
is
a
up.
man.
Sometimes it is.
Jasmine.
Sometime
I
it's
can't believe I forgot this. And me and Carson was just talking about
So you
this
have stole
last
somebody.
night with her daddy.
Oh,
So
Lord. I thought we had the
prom.
thing. What's the order?
NDA.
but this
Look at
isn't
me,
about,
what's the
this
order
is
of
about me.
protection?
this is about me, and it's not a
Cease
cease
and
and desist. This is about me, literally. So he started to pursue me at school, like wanted to date me or whatever, and I was sitting up here. I was finally getting into it, like, okay, he's being very persistent or whatever, and I'm like, okay, so he asked me to prom. I'm be like, you know what? Hell, I'm gonna ask him because he had already asked me to be his girlfriend one time. I told him no. And so then when prom was coming around, I was like, I'm actually feeling him now. We become friends. And so if he don't ask me prom, I'll ask him because I'm not afraid. So I'll ask him. The nigga didn't even ask me to prom. And I was like, you literally be in my face all day, every day. And then you ask some other girl to the prom. I'm
You
confused.
had already rejected him.
But that was months ago. And now you're
Unrealistic expectations.
It's not. How is it unrealistic if we're talking on the phone every day? You're walking me to all of my classes. You're buying me breakfast every morning.
You have already
You're
rejected
sitting
me,
at
though.
my-
You didn't reject
Well,
those things, but
apparently-
I asked you to be my girlfriend, and you said no. So if I asked you to
thought you was
prom,
ugly.
okay, you might think I'm
So he
ugly
cute at
again.
prom?
Still ugly.
Prom was gonna make him look better.
No,
You know,
but
prom
we
be-
became
Prom be
friends.
jazzing some niggas up. Though.
Not
I ain't
him,
gonna
because he had on a white suit with a red vest,
That's
and that was
not
not
prom.
okay. Anyway, that's not the
That's
point.
Men's Warehouse. That ain't got nothing to do with the prom.
Y'all be going
Listen,
off on these loose lips
because-
lately.
Oh, this the loose lip still?
Yes, let me
Yes.
finish the story so we can move on, child.
Please.
So so I ended up going with one of my best friends at the time, and this was my first time ever getting my makeup done. This was my first time ever wearing weave. So when we got to prom, he walks up to my friend and he was like, "I thought Jessica was coming with you. Where's Jessica?" I'm standing right there.
Why you acting like the white folk? You done changed your hair.
Baby, he did not recognize
And
me.
you
I
shoulda took
was
off on
like,
him.
"Hello, child." He seen me. He went and sat his date down in the back of the room and was with me for the remainder of the night. So I did.
So you stole her.
No,
too.
you-
Her
On
date.
prom night.
On
Oh,
prom night,
that
she was
man.
sitting her ass in the back. And it wasn't even
Wow.
her school. Prom, she ain't even go to that school. She's sitting in the back
And-
by her fucking self.
And now you wish you would have gave him back.
Man, listen.
Go to the main topic, because I'm done with y'all. Ring the bell on me. Ring the bell on me. Because now I'm going to jail with her on the NDA. And
You know, okay, so let's slide on into this.
Please.
Show this
Slide,
slide.
please.
So today we'll be discussing what it would be like for you if you and your significant others, like closest people or their family, just do not mesh. Like, what happens if y'all just don't have that connection?
Oh, I would hate that.
I would hate
Well,
it.
I can go first because, like I said, I haven't met anyone's family besides my first real boyfriend and then my baby daddy, but people love me. So I don't be bothered. If you don't like me, you're literally trying to find something wrong. Because I'm back to the topic where you were like, you're not the bubbly person when you come in and you speak to people. You just kind of like, I am that bubbly person. So I'm coming in guns a-blazing. It just depends on the situation. Now, if I feel your energy when I come in this room and it's not very inviting, I'm on guard too. Like, okay, well, hello, maybe a little bit, but not. But outside of that, I'm very bubbly. So, like, when I come in, I meet you. Like, I'm really excited to get to know you and, like, create a connection or something with you. So, it's like, if we don't, it will bother me. I'm not going to lie like it's not. It's going to bother me because I'm like, well, what is it? But I had to. Right, but see, that's another thing with the unrealistic expectation that everybody is supposed to like me because I'm coming in how I'm coming in. Like, I'm not giving you a reason.
Right.
Some people don't like that.
bubbly.
Right, I'm about to say.
Right, and so
I wish my brother girlfriend would walk in bubbly. Sit down.
Yeah. So but I also have to
she so
realize
happy?
people don't think the way that I think, and like how you said, that's just not your approach. That's not everybody's approach, and they're not as accepting or welcoming to that. And also a thing that I did learn in therapy is that you can't control people's feelings or their reactions. So it's just like, I'm not responsible for another adult's feelings as far as, okay, I don't like her because, you know, she thinks she the shit. And
But are you going to try?
And I ain't
Right.
How's your relationship?
Very much
if the
so.
relationship is something you want to keep around, are you going to try?
Me, I make efforts too. And then, you know, after a few efforts, and I'm like, okay, well, fuck you too.
Because it's
then.
easy to be like, I don't give a fuck what the people think about me. But if this is attached to something you do give a fuck about,
or someone.
Oh, I make
Or
attempts
someone.
for sure. But after
But is
a
it on
few, it's
you
just like,
to make it like on
I
the
feel
it's
like
a
both.
two-way
or,
street.
or should you?
It's a two-way street,
Right.
but I can only worry about my side of the street.
Right. Well, no, I
So-
wasn't talking about the family member. I'm saying like if there is say you got a friend, because I have not had an issue with my significant others at any point where we feel like, okay, well, your family don't like me, or vice versa. But I do have friends that got friends that I don't fool with. So of course, you know, I'm like that. Like,
I got friends that got significant others I don't fool.
yeah. So it's like, okay, if you want me to be cool with them, you need to say, okay, this is what it is and what it ain't.
right?
I don't feel like I need to beg them to like me. If they've already disrespected me or done something that I deem inappropriate towards me, then you need to go to that friend and check that friend. Because if not, it's going to stay where I don't like them. Now, if you know a different side of them and you want to have a little meeting and we want to talk, because I've had this happen where it's like, okay, well, I feel like your friend disrespected me. The person went to that friend. They kind of was okay for a while, but your true color's still going to show back up, baby.
I
And
like
I feel
what
like-
Tay does though, how she curates spaces for people. Like she gets the feel of people, and if she knows that you don't connect or vibe with a person, she's not gonna put you in an uncomfortable situation, or she'll let you know prior to and say, hey, I'm inviting all of these people and I just wanted to let you know, so it's not uncomfortable for you. And I definitely appreciate when people do things like that, because it's like, just don't throw me out there to force me to be friends with your friends because you have a different relationship with them
that's in a
than I
friendship
clearly
space.
do.
But you ain't finna not have my mama around somewhere because you know what I'm saying. Like
I mean, like
it's
Jim
different
Jones and
with
Chrissy
family.
mama, Jim
I
Jones' mama and
appreciate
Chrissy, they just reconnected
Right.
on this show, and it's been times like she said, I literally sat in the car while he was in his mama house,
No.
and or she cooked. And he'll bring food home. She eating his plate
but
because she won't
I
go
feel like
there.
that's my significant other's responsibility at that
Exactly.
point.
That's what
like,
I'm
it's your
saying.
responsibility to bridge that gap. I think I've said before that my thought process is your people handle me the way that they see you handle me.
Right.
So if you ain't got my back,
Right.
they ain't gonna respect me.
Right.
They're not going to bend and flex and all of that and try to bridge this gap and build this relationship with me unless you initiate that.
Right.
So that's my partner's responsibility, and even my friend's responsibility. I've had, you said that you love that I curate these vibes. I'm vibe curator?
You
Okay.
are.
That you love that I do that.
Your head is in the way.
I love that you love that, but that can also sometimes be a strain, because what about when I do put you in a space? We've had situations where people have been put in spaces, or I put people in spaces, and they got a different vibe from the person that I expected them to get from them. And then they're like, oh no, they come to me. They do bring it to me like, hey, I want feeling blah, 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 or this, that, or the other. So yeah, it's my responsibility. I do feel like to talk to that other person, but it's also then my responsibility to, okay, if I'm gonna put y'all back in the same space, we need to smooth this over. We need to figure out where the miscommunication happened, because a lot of times it's just miscommunication.
Yeah, and that's why I said if that is the case where it's like, okay, we have a conversation and you're good for a while, but in this situation, the person was just that's who they were, because it showed right back up. Because now I done told you, you know, I'm not gonna tell you over and over again, girl, I didn't like what you said.
I know how I feel one time.
I didn't like what you said. You ain't paying my bills, honey. My utility bill high AF. You're not paying.
That's because you don't turn them lights off when you sleep with a heater.
I do
summer.
Well, it be cold. It's cold. It's cold.
Well, you know I'm gonna leave. So.
To answer the question, I done forgot the damn question now. I know it's about not vibing with.
How would you
significant-
feel?
How would
Yeah.
How would you feel?
Of course, I think that I would be hurt. I don't have an issue with my husband's parents or his immediate family, but I do wish that I had a closer relationship with, like, it's him. He's the boy, and then he got a bunch of girl cousins, so they're very protective of him. He ain't bring nobody home before. Like, he brought me home, and then he married me, and now here we go, 14 years later, right? So I wish that I had a closer relationship with them, but I'm also at an age where I'm like, it is what it is,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be excluded, because if I ain't coming, he ain't coming.
Right.
Yeah.
So now he don't get invited either.
Or
It's
like
okay.
on Married at First
I
Sight,
was
the
gonna bring
girl,
that up, too.
the girl Eris's cousin, then she was just
She was
like,
doing too much for me.
She was.
doing way
That
too
shit
much.
was pissing me off. But I feel like this would be that situation where she can never build a real connection with her, because she's been
won't
on
let
fire
her.
from jump. Like, she just like, I think this whole shit is stupid. I don't know why you doing it. We can leave right now. Because why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Girl.
And it's his choice.
Right.
And that would be Eris's responsibility. I feel
But he
like
told
to
her.
bridge that-
Absolutely.
I'm talking about, and continue.
Oh, yeah.
Don't bring me around her until she get it together.
Mhm.
Don't expect me to be around her until she get it together.
Right.
What kills me is I hear people all the time like, well, you and my sister or you and my blah need to talk. I care about both of y'all. I need y'all to talk. No, motherfucker. I ain't got the issue.
Right.
Your sister, mama, daddy, cousin got the issue, not me. So you need to be having a y'all need to talk, not me and her.
Yeah.
What you got to say, Jaden?
I definitely appreciate having a good relationship. I feel like, because I don't want to have no problem. You don't want me to have no problem. You know what I'm saying? So
no problem.
yeah, like
Problem.
I feel like I value my family, my friendships, all of that. My people are my people, and I want to also value his people and respect his relationships and stuff like that. Comes with family, women friends that have been around that are his brothers now, whatever. Like, I definitely genuinely want us all to be on a good page, because I feel like that's, you know, it puts him in a weird space, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful that we are in these good spaces, but if or when I do feel away, like you said, it's his job to set that up or get everything back in line, because this for the
These
sake
your
of you.
people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everything to be copacetic or whatever, but if it ain't, it ain't. And that's just what it's going to be. And I'm not going to have no problem sleeping at night. So, yeah, I definitely, I mean, I feel like maybe some people's parents haven't really cared for me, because I'm going to speak my mind. And I've had an ex where I feel like his parents and his siblings was just doing him any kind of way, and I was kind of putting him up on game, like, you don't recognize this, you don't see this, which caused him to start to act away. And they was like, oh, that girl must be putting this in your whatever. So I'm coming around the family, I'm like, hey, y'all. And it is what it is, you know,
Yeah.
because he wasn't finna go nowhere without me, even though we weren't married or anything like that. It's just he wanted me to be there, and I feel like he didn't really speak up for himself, but when I would get in his ear, it would give him a little battery. You know what I mean? But
You were starting them up.
but as far as curating the spaces, you know, I told you I don't like that, because
You don't like which part?
I don't
You don't
like
like it being
the
done
I need you
for
to.
you?
I need you to hear I need the listeners to know. I know what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I don't like the giving a spill on me, because I just feel like your spill on me might not be what somebody else receives or
That has happened.
Exactly. So I just personally don't like. I'm not gonna give a spiel like, well, Tay is gonna do this or Tay is gonna do, because everybody is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel.
You want to know my spiel on you?
You know, I already told you.
So I think that when people hear me say, because I got a lot. When we had the whole episode about, well, what you tell people about me? Like, what you say about me?
Yeah.
I got so many texts. People want to know, what am I saying?
Wow.
And I don't think that it's any
About them?
Yeah, they want to know what was I saying.
Yeah.
What do I say when I
Yeah.
introduce people to and I had to really think like, damn,
Yeah.
some people I don't have to give a spiel.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that you have a very strong and dominant personality.
Yeah.
And I have that.
Yeah.
So I would prefer somebody to warn them. Tay
Okay.
ain't gonna go for anything. She's
Okay.
she's outspoken. If something ain't sitting right, she gonna let you know. Don't tell nobody what she done said. Like, I need you to get the people to run down on me
Yeah.
before you put them in spaces with me. So I do that. I think
You
in
like
my
that being
mind
done
I
for
do
you
that.
too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that I do it for other people because I don't need no surprise. And I know my people.
Mhm.
So if I'm about to introduce you to somebody else that's also just like you, they
Mhm.
need to know
Mm.
that they about to meet their twin. So that when things when things are said, it's not a ooh. It's a okay, that's my twin.
Yeah.
I would have
Okay.
said that same shit.
Yeah.
Like that's more of what it is. And also I think that for you specifically, with different groups, they're gonna get a different Jasmine. So I need for them to know that it may take you time to warm up. Like, okay, give her a few minutes, let her get a few drinks and a few giggles in her, and then she gonna be good.
It's a
Get a
few
little swig of
giggles.
G.
But
Little swig of G.
yeah, but I need my people to know if I'm inviting you in a space. Now, if we just going somewhere and I'm not responsible for this at all. I didn't put this together. They don't got nothing to do with me. However, if I am purposefully putting you in a space with somebody, I'm for sure going to.
Yeah.
If they never met you, I need them to know of you, who you are, your likes, what you like, what you don't like, what you will rock with, what you won't rock with. And I feel that I know that about you guys to be able to do that. But if y'all want me to add some additional to my spiel, I will.
I mean, I've only experienced that with this group, this setting, because I feel like me and my friends are a bit different. Like, we are all kind of, I guess it's a lot of, look, me, Tay, and we all dominant people, so we don't go into it like, I don't know, I guess we all prefer to get our own reception. I mean,
Words
Words are hard.
Father God in heaven. But yeah, like, oh my God, Dura gonna be like, she can't do the podcast
No
no more.
more. She can't
But
talk.
yeah, because and that's just the difference in people and all of this and that. So it's all good.
Yeah, because I like
yeah,
people to
'cause-
get a good first impression, whatever your
Me too.
impression is. And if your impression is you don't like her, then I won't have you around no more.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't afford to do that because then I can't hang around either one of y'all because I don't got
Neither one of
time.
No,
I got to put both of y'all in
I
the
don't-
same group.
I don't mind, getting a spiel.
I
but,
get them a spiel on your ass too. You want to know what I say?
Well, honey, please give them a spiel on me, Chad.
I do.
Please, please. You already told me like.
But you hold on, you ain't gave me no spiel on nobody.
I ain't never had to. You know the same people I know, girl.
And we all met Mary on the same day. I didn't say your whole name. We all met May on the same
Yeah,
day.
so I haven't introduced you to somebody that you did not, like, you never met them. And if I have, it was like impromptu. Like, we was finna be in the same space or close in the same space, and I was like, hey, yeah, we here, come here. That has happened twice. Where I couldn't get you no spiel. You was meeting somebody new, but it happened impromptu. But if I'm finna, like, put you there and introduce you to somebody, oh, hell yeah.
I met her on Galentine's. Right, the second time.
Yeah, all y'all was gonna meet. Well, you had already met the rest of the group. So,
At
yeah.
the house, yeah. But
I gave you a spiel on Jasmine. I ain't
What'd
get
she
Jasmine
say?
no spiel on you.
did
Did
you
give me a
just
spiel
met her?
on her?
You
I did.
probably really didn't know her because we.
I didn't. I had Jasmine her too.
What she say to you?
She said I ain't give a
I
damn.
didn't get one.
That's okay. All right. So that's us. So we don't get to spill. But did y'all get to spill? Shit, you could
I
get
ain't
a
get a
spill
spill on you.
But y'all,
I met you at the first
Yeah.
Galentine's.
I thought she got a spill on me, though.
and your
The sex
but your
party.
personality is very similar
Exactly,
to our
yeah.
personality. So I'm like, shit, they gonna pick up on what they want to pick up on. What's
Yeah, and
stick, we'll roll.
That's just
Yeah.
how I am. That was to my point. Like, if y'all don't mesh. Because a
Yeah.
lot of times it's like, we ain't got to be in the same group. And I'm just going back to my own personal with a girl. I will not disrespect you, but
Yeah.
you ain't got to call my phone and put us in a group text.
Yeah.
I guess
We ain't got to be friends. I can be cordial. I ain't got to be
Mhm.
disrespectful. I ain't got to
Right.
talk about you behind
Yeah.
your back. But girl, we not friends.
But that's
Yeah.
even all of that is still perception though. Like I feel like if somebody come and say, "Oh, girl, I didn't like when May did," blah, like I just introduced you to a couple of my line sisters. If one of them came and said, "Yeah, I wasn't really feeling May. She said blah or she did blah," Like it's them. Like I'm going. That could be
Oh,
her
no,
perception of that,
right.
and that may not be who you are. That may have been a bad fucking day for you, right? So I feel like that's interpreted the way that that person interprets it, and then it's my role to be like.
Now,
"Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I think it's the role after that to be like it was my friend's role to be like, okay, I care about both of y'all. I do want y'all to get along. Let's try X, Y, Z. Let me tell her how this rubbed you the wrong way and see if we can fix it. And that's what she did.
Yeah.
But the girl just ended up reverting back to the same.
Now, I
It's
ain't
not that
gonna
she
lie.
didn't do
Okay,
her
this-
part. The girl just
Now,
reverted back.
I definitely like if someone was rubbed the wrong way, or if there was disrespect or something, like if it was something like that, not just a mood thing, absolutely.
And that's
Bring
what I
that
was
to me.
talking about.
Yeah, like,
when I was
'cause-
saying what Tay does, that's what I meant. So
like
she's never given me personally a spiel because I mean I've pretty much
you
known
get along,
everybody.
and you get along with anybody.
I don't
Right,
think any of us
but
in this group has had a
what
spiel
I
about
meant
the other.
was like if I had a problem with someone that was around, or it's something that rubbed me the wrong way, and it was her event, then I go say, hey, I didn't like this, and she will make sure to not have me in that space with that person.
And at times, I
Yeah.
want it don't even work for conversation because it's like people don't vibe,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's what my point was. Like, okay, you come to me and say you don't like them. Okay, I don't have to have you because we in a circle and maybe they just visiting. I ain't gotta have you around this people no more.
Yeah.
So
I don't-
I
'cause
definitely
I
like
don't
to
do
learn
that.
people myself and have my own
Yeah, me too.
perception.
Right.
of them.
Absolutely,
That's
I
not what I'm.
want you to
But
do
like,
it.
I definitely like if it was somebody new
But
that
I
was
know
coming in.
my
Like, if had I never met you before, or Donald had never told me about you, nothing. I feel like she would have gave me.
I
a
for
spiel,
sure would have gave you a spiel.
But outside
And
of
her.
that, it's like
But
she
hell,
said,
we would have met.
No,
No,
I
never mind.
appreciate both.
No,
I
'cause
appreciate both, but I don't think everybody has to be like. I feel like I appreciate you doing that definitely because, like you said,
It's not required. Absolutely not required.
No, I'm
everybody.
saying right. So I appreciate you doing that because it does alleviate X, Y, Z. But me, I'm just like because like I said, it's the most people largest female group. Do I have a lot of individual?
Yeah.
But they like 2 or 3 people, you know. So I'm not used to having to give a spiel, but I do understand when you bring people to a larger group, especially like this. It's like okay, now don't.
And this wasn't even a larger group. Like let me say this. I put friends together because it is very difficult for me to interact with everybody individually.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me, and I feel like y'all all like each other.
Oh, no,
so
we do.
why not?
Yeah,
Not
I
y'all. I'm
tolerate
talking
them.
about all the friends, not just us. Like it's more of us than just us.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
don't
feel
like
like
you hoes.
all of y'all mesh well. I hate them right now, and I'm done.
Well, speak for me. I don't like all of them. No,
I didn't spit some of
These bitches don't know how to act, know where I take them. That's why I can't take their ass nowhere. That's why we was in the house for Valentine's Day this year. Because y'all showed y'all ass last year when I took
that's
y'all
why
out. Oh, just play. Y'all a
fun,
punishment.
though.
Y'all a
I had a good
punishment.
time. I had a good time.
I just spit some of my damn
Oh,
tea out.
punishment. I don't even know what the fuck I was finna say. Sorry.
we say.
That's how it was.
I'm done.
What I'm supposed to say?
I'm done. I'm done with y'all.
I mean,
I'm not hanging out with
I
y'all no more.
appreciate it. I feel like for family, if it was me and a significant other, it would really hurt my feelings. And I have a lot of friends. I ain't gonna say a lot, but I have like relatives and friends that like don't have issues with their in-laws, and I'm just looking at it like I don't ever want that. So I feel like I would work overtime to make sure like y'all like me, but then I don't want to be annoying. I wouldn't want to be annoying about it. And my family is huge, like more on my mom's side, my dad's side too. They're crazy. I enjoy being around them. So for me, if you don't like my family, something is wrong with you. Like that would bother me because we are a good time, and that goes for anybody I bring in, whether it's a significant other or a friend. Like if you're not liking my closest cousins, what is wrong? Because these are like my siblings. So what's wrong with me? Because I love these people. So
Sometimes
then I'm
it's
like,
the relationship.
it's
though.
like, it could be.
may be like
Yeah.
you mentioned the relationship that he had with those people, the lack of boundaries. Like those are things that I think can cause conflict within those relationships. It doesn't mean like they're not fun people. I don't like them as a people. It's just I don't like the way they do you, or I don't like who you are when you're with them, or any of
and
that.
I've had to deal with being like somebody, my cousin. Well, I don't like your cousin. She's stuck up, or she's and I've talked about this. Like I have a very mellow personality that doesn't come across to some people as like inviting, and that's not the case. Like I'm just. That's just who I am. My cousin will say, "You don't get excited about shit. Like you could win $1 million," and we'll be like, "Oh, I appreciate that."
You would.
Like,
Yeah.
damn, thank you. Y'all just gonna confirm, like, yeah,
We agree,
you would.
cousin.
But I just, it kind of hurts my feelings because I'm like, I'm excited. I'm happy to meet these people, but I'm sorry that it just doesn't look like that.
I'm not sorry.
And to her, to my
I'm not
cousin,
sorry to this
to my
lady.
cousin, to the person, I'm not sorry, but to my cousin, I'm like, I apologize that that made a situation difficult for you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change who I am,
Exactly.
but and
I
I
can
also
appreciate
don't want to meet this. I don't care to get to know this person because they saw that or
Glimpse
heard
of
the
me.
tone
Yeah.
of my voice and
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I ain't really fooling with her. So
Mm.
it is what it is. Like, so I would hate it to like for the person that I'm closest to. Like, I would hate to know that someone else they're close to doesn't mesh with me or vibe with me, but I'm not doing shit to change it. I'm sorry.
What if
Yeah.
somebody that you close to, so best friend, sibling, whoever, like what if they are madly in love and you just looking like that ain't your person? Like that's not your person.
I have had to like in my current relationship, Hunter has had to tell me like, you ain't got to say everything. People got to go through because I'll be like, you don't need to do this. Do you
Yeah.
see how they doing this? You're saying you like this, but you're tolerating this. And he's like, you wasting your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wasting your breath.
Yeah.
Like, just calm down. Cause I mean, I be boiling. Cause when you care about somebody,
Oh yeah.
it
Oh, yeah.
pisses you off
Yeah.
to see them treated less than what they deserve.
Yes.
So when they can't see that, it's like you want to shake them,
Yeah.
girl,
Open your eyes.
or
Yep,
a
yep.
boy. Like
Right.
you don't
Mhm.
deserve it. So I have had to like kind of fall back, and
Yeah,
that's
that's hard for
it's
me.
very hard.
I haven't learned when I don't like somebody or I don't vibe with somebody, like it's very evident. It's really hard for me to be in your space when I ain't vibing with you. Whether it's a temporary not vibing or it's a, I'm really done with your ass. Like it's really hard for me to just be in your space. So I want to learn to just swallow it. But I don't know, especially when it's people that when it comes to people that I care about, because you deserve, you deserve so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
can't you see that you deserve so much?
Yes.
Ditto
Yeah.
to what Tay said,
And this
and
is
I'm
a-
gonna leave it there.
This a good segue into Messy May.
Oh,
And
shit.
it's
How that good ass? I just was all in my feels. I was emotional.
And then here
And
come
she
her
talking about
mess
being
ass.
And it's
You
really
finna get ready to start crying, what?
Girl. Now she took my place today with the tears. Go ahead, friend.
so
I
this
can
this
leave
kind of story time a little bit. I don't know if I've told y'all this story, but this is a little bit of a story time. So y'all know I had a crazy ex, and I know like earlier I was like I haven't had an issue with any of my exes or whatever the non-existent families.
Oh my God.
The non-existence.
Don't start laughing and crying today, fool.
Okay, yeah, cause that okay, all right, I'm gonna reel it in. So the one that was crazy, me and his mom had a really good relationship. Like I actually knew her before I knew him. So we had a really good relationship until he went crazy on me, and he was stalking me. Like we ended up actually having to go to court. So my mama before we even got to court, my mom was like, you know what? Now, y'all, this is crazy because they actually lived right beside my daddy at that time. They were my
wow.
daddy's neighbors at that particular time, so we knew their family. So my mama was like, you know what? I know he doing all of this, but I do not want him to be another statistic. Let me at least try talking to his mama. So we call his mama. We meet at the park. He's not there. No, he was there. Sorry, he was there. So they on one side of the table, y'all. We on the other side
Oh
of the
my God.
table. And my mama was like, he's stalking her. Like, you know, he literally tried to kill her. Broke into my parents' house. Like, was finna get, you know,
Ra-ta-ta.
for real. And y'all know this lady looked at me and my mama and said, he just loved her. Y'all, I about jumped over that table to that lady. Okay.
What in the domestic violence?
Right? He just
Mama
loved her.
condoning it.
Yeah,
he just loved
That's
her.
not how you love somebody.
Exactly. And
No,
my
shouldn't
mama
hurt.
had to like,
Cause what?
yeah.
and so my mama had to speak for me because I was really, and I don't do this, like I don't have a disrespect your mama or whatever, but that right there was disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
So now the relationship,
Invalidating.
absolutely. So now the relationship that I had with your mom, that I thought I had, now your mama saying she don't give a f about me
Right.
because you did all this stuff, and she's like, oh well, you know, that he just love you. So fast forward, he contacted, and my mom was like, you know what? We gonna take, like, if he ever contacts her again, we going to court. So a while passed. He called me private. He contacted me I didn't know it was him, so I answered. Then he texted me something explicit. I sent it to his mama. She gonna text me back. I didn't know y'all was still talking.
Yeah.
Girl.
I said, what? We put our clothes on and went to the courthouse. I saw this lady and her other son in traffic at the stoplight. And, you know, he spoke. He was like, you know, roll down the window, let me know that he was apologetic because, you know, my ex had kind of been disrespectful to his own family.
Oh.
So he was like, you know, I'm apologetic. You know, that mama just looked. She ain't even turned to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, when you get with a person, know their family's intentions, because I thought I did. I thought, okay, you know,
Yeah, I had a good relationship.
we had a
Right.
good relationship. So it's also that when you have a good, I had to learn that when you have a good relationship with somebody, they still gonna take
They
people's side.
And
And that blew my
their
daggone
definition of a
mind.
good relationship could be different. Him and his mom seem to probably have a good relationship, but their good is toxic as hell, apparently.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
Yeah,
enabler
mama's
for
gonna
the
ride for
bullshit.
their boys
Enabler.
for sure. Because
Yeah.
my grandma ride for her sons for sure.
And that's when I learned that. I said,
Yeah.
you know what? Because even me and my mother-in-law like this, and she will tell him
Yeah.
about himself. But at the end of the day, that's still her son.
Yeah.
Right.
And I had to learn that because people, you know, like you said, people love me. People do love me. But when it comes down to that son or who,
Fuck
like,
you.
it's
Right.
like real big,
I pray to
Yeah.
God I don't get there, cause I ain't gonna
real
lie.
big.
Right.
Donna mama don't play that shit. But my mama is like that too. Like she'll get on my ass. Like it's like they swap roles or something. Like his mama will get on his ass about me, and my mama will get on my ass about him. So
That's
But
how
that's
it is
how it
now.
should
That's how
be.
it
Yeah,
should
that's
be.
how it is
Yeah.
now. But in the back of my mind, it's still like, because
Yeah.
I mean, I can
If
literally
push come to shove.
It's,
Yeah,
that's her son.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's us,
absolutely.
because I mean, me and his mama are like this. And if
Yep.
I call her right now and say, your son did blah, 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 she gonna call and be like,
Yep.
why you do that?
Yep.
You know, and be on him. But at the end of the day, that's still her son. And that taught me that lesson, because I was just like Jess, like, oh, well, everybody love me. Your mama still ask about me. We ain't been together. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And that just means
Your
you have
mama
to
will
look
let
out for
you kill me.
yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You got to
Yeah.
make sure that you're protecting yourself even in those relationships. Because they love you as long as you're taking that boy off their hands.
Exactly.
Okay.
That boy.
Exactly.
Well, I think today's takeaways would be petty theft is okay. Oh no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
What is it?
But
What is
I'm
it?
just
I've never had to ring the bell on somebody on the takeaways.
But it is.
Thank you, B.
Klepto and Klepto Junior.
Okay, no. I'm just playing. Please don't be out here stealing y'all. Don't steal stuff and don't steal nobody man. But I feel like the takeaways honestly would be to, you know, nurture and curate the relationships that you feel are important to you. If you are with someone and you don't, you know, mesh well, you know, have that conversation with your significant other. I feel like personally first and say, hey, this is how I feel. Because me, I'm the type, I will go talk to that person. But I personally think now I should like talk to my significant other and say, how do you want me to approach this? Because this is how I feel. Or do you want to handle it in a space with your spouse? Like Tay said, you know, your spouse needs to handle it if it's getting out of control like that, because they're going to treat you the way that they see your spouse treating you. So, you know, all in all, just keep it cute and never put it on mute.
And that's how you stay pretty vocal.